And this is why, and I want to talk about a little bit myself here with the organization. I am a union organizer. I've been with the laborers 15 years. And I've been organizing for the last 8 years. I did work in the field, and I experienced all that stuff before I was a union member. Since I've been a union member, a lot of things changed. My life changed for completely. I was able to get benefits, pension, and then basically my life for my family has been everything for the better. As an organization, I know we would like to, not just the Latino community, but all the minorities, to when a union approaches you, a lot of the times that I'm just trying to recruit you, we try to educate, to let you know what is out there, that you can do a lot better and you can work and get paid for the kind of work you do, not get underpaid. Carl, let me ask you, do you guys, I know we are doing a lot of things. Can you tell us about the Hispanic festivals that the Laborers International been participating lately?
Yeah, we are participating in the Hispanic Festival Inc., and we've been in 2 festivals so far this year. When it comes to that, we just finished one in the Soulard Park area, which we were a part of, and it was an amazing experience. We've been in Florissant.
Correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't we participate in the Ferguson area with the City Hall and the job fairs?
Yes, and also the community college.
Were you guys able to recruit, or were we able to recruit any new members, or at least get some information out there?
Yes, we speak to people about what we have, what it takes to become a union laborer. We can't promise a job, but we can promise an opportunity, and that's where we're focusing on different events, and we're going from there when it comes to outreach. Like I said, we are looking to recruit new members for the Laborers Union.
Oh, that's great, Jose. And let me ask you, in your local, how many Hispanic person would you think you have members? How many members?
In the landscaping division that I know of, about, I'd say, around 200-300 in the landscaping and irrigation division that I know of, and that's just a rough number. I just started this job not too long ago, so it's kind of hard for me to give you an exact number, but yeah, I say roughly 200-300 workers.
Well, that is, to me, that's a small number. Of workers that we have compared to, since I believe we have about 11,000 Hispanic people living in the St. Louis area. I know that your local is also doing all the things for the community and trying to get involved. We have here this flyer that your local 110, and also the Eastern Missouri Labor District Council is going to be having, and also with Latinos in Acción, a health fair. Carl, can you tell us about it?
Yeah, I can tell you. We are having this health fair we're sponsoring, where you can get health screenings, also free flu shots, and that's getting free vouchers through Walgreens. With that is October 25th over at St. Cecilia's Catholic Church.
Okay, and is that for the whole community?
That is for the whole community. It's free to the whole community.
So anybody's welcome to attend?
Anybody is welcome to attend.
Oh, that's great. And I am going to go ahead and repeat what Carl just said here in Spanish for the Spanish community. Since Latinos en Acción is one of the companies affiliated with this, va a ser una feria de salud en la iglesia Santa Cecilia. Va a ser en el gimnasio de la iglesia. Va a ser el 25 de octubre a las 9 de la mañana para las 2 de la tarde. Vamos a tener información de ciudadanía, de migración, salud, nutrición, also educación de puestos de trabajo. La Eastern Missouri Labor District Council, la unión, el sindicato de trabajadores, de obreros, va a estar ahí para informarte de trabajos, de lo que hemos estado hablando con José y Carl. Y también los exámenes de tu nivel de azúcar, tu colesterol, Y van a haber bastantes exámenes, van a haber enfermeras y doctores chequeando los ojos y oídos de los niños y también adultos. I'll just repeat basically what Carl just said about their health fair. They're going to have it in San Cecilia's October 25th. And I was also mentioning in Spanish that La Local 110 is going to have a booth over there with the Laborers International also to inform the whole community about the jobs that we have, about their training, and basically anybody that's interested, to join it, we can explain to them how the training works. And Carl, would that say something else?
Yeah, I would like to say the requirements when you become a apprentice. All it is you have to be 18 years of age, have a high school diploma or a GED, and reliable transportation. And that's where it starts. I know there's a lot of people out there that do not go to college that has to go into the workforce. And like you say again, this is just another opportunity where you can supply a living or make a living out of laborers.
How long you been a laborer, Carl, and how did you get started?
I've been a laborer for going on 23 years. How did I get started? I walked into a local laborers hall and I applied to become a laborer. I mean, and you just fill out some paperwork there and get started. And that's, like I say, they will point you in the right direction. I strongly believe the laborers is a very good organization, a very diverse organization.
And Jose, can you tell us how you got started?
Well, I had a company sponsor me as a laborer in 2006. I started my concrete career with this company, and been with the labor since then. This job or this opportunity has turned my life around. I have never found a job that pays as well and that has the benefits that the laborers offer. So I really highly encourage you to maybe look into it, maybe go on the internet or Google it and learn more about it.
All right, that's great. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm original from Guatemala. I came here when I was like 15 years old. Originally, I went to California where I started my high school, and I actually complete high school in California. I ended up getting married and moving to St. Louis, Missouri. And one of the first things I noticed here was a lot of construction, and that's always I wanted to do. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I started and I didn't know anything about the unions. I just went to apply whoever hired me. But I noticed that a lot of our work I was doing, somebody else was doing it and making like 2-3 times more. And that's how I got interested, asking, well, what is the union? And after I found out what the union was, I'm like, well, that's something I want to do. And I was so surprised because I thought, why isn't more people doing it? And up to this point, 15 years later, I don't understand. I mean, and what it is, I believe that it's a lack of education to our community. That I think companies and political leadership, they're not taking the time to educate the people, to let them know that there's opportunities out there, that you can do better. And like Carl Basinger mentioned, not everybody's going to be a doctor, not everybody's going to be a lawyer. Somebody's going to build our roads. And I believe, if we take the time to go to high schools and educate the community, educate our young people, to let them know, if you are not going, not everybody's going to be a superstar in sports. If you would like to, this is a very respectable career. Like Jose mentioned, it changed my life too. And I think it can do it for somebody else. Through the United States, the Laborers International, we are just part of the AFL-CIO union. We have over like 1 million members. And in some areas in California, we have over 30,000 members. Latinos in our organization, we probably have about 200,000, if not more. Our organization is committed to turn things around, not just for the Latino, but for minorities and period. And this is why we are out there every day talking to the community. Jose is a good example. He started, all the way from the bottom, worked his way up, and now he's a representative
From the very bottom.
And how, How do you feel now when you are out there trying to help the people?
Well, I feel like possibilities are endless in this field. You set your limits. You go as far as you want. If you start from the bottom and you want to work your way up, you can. But if you just want to be a laborer and be a laborer, then that's what you're gonna be. But the possibilities that the laborers offer are endless. You just have to go and get the opportunities when they're in front of you.
That's great. That's great. I started the same way. I used to volunteer my time to translate for the organization. They were trying to reach out to the community, but they weren't able to do it because of the language barrier. So I used to volunteer my time on the weekends and said, I'll help you. And that's what got me where I am right now. I end up getting the offer to do this kind of work, which I enjoy every day. And but the Laborers International is just one small part. I think the San Luis area, and I'm going to give you my opinion in the San Luis area itself, period. I believe as everybody knows, all the crime, everything that is going on, is the lack of the community getting together. We are separated. You can tell in the San Luis area is one of the cities that is more, separated from the communities itself. Levels of poverty. I think that if politicians just stop caring just about themselves and get together with the community leaders and ask, what do you need? What can we give you? I think that will change things around. And we are doing a small part, but this is just a small part. Only we are doing, as much as we can. But I believe if politicians listen to the people, get out there instead of just getting out there when they are running for office, when they need the people, is the only time when they go, but not when the people need them. Carl, would you like to say something else about any?
Well, if anybody wants to look on the websites that we have Eastern Missouri, or EMLDC.org, and you can check us out there. You can check the history of the laborers on goodbyewages.org. And if you want to check out the training center, it's labors/highhill.org. That'll give you the information on the training center, the history of the laborers when it comes to the goodbyewages.org, and our area, the Eastern Missouri Laborers District Council, that's EMLDC.
Okay. And Jose, is that do you feel that you have the backing of the Spanish community if you have to go represent them against government agencies? Do you have the backing of the government? I'm sorry, I'm going to rephrase that. If you have the backing of the government, if you have to go defend the Hispanic workers?
Well, right now, I don't know. I don't know because I haven't been into this field that long. So I honestly, that's a question that I cannot respond. I know I have the trust of the people now. People seem to like me. The people that I deal with every day, they seem that it's a good thing that at least somebody's out there checking on them, making sure they got water, making sure they got the things they need. But there's always more that you can do for people.
Right. And I know, and the reason I was asking is just to see if it was some laws that were passed, but obviously they are still working on that. I want to just mention one more time, don't forget to go to the Health Fair at San Cecilia's on the 25th of October. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Also, don't forget to check our websites if you are interested. I want to thank Jose Gomez and Carl Basinger for helping me and explaining to me so we can understand better what the laborers are doing to help the community and also how the community is responding to it. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next show.
The goal of this broadcast is to create positive thought and outreach within the city of St. Louis. If you would like to contact this community outreach group by email, please write to richardsharp59@outlook.com. That's richardsharp59@outlook.com. Tune in again next next Sunday at 7:30 p.m. for another edition of It's Our Turn with Rick Sharp.